Welcome to our series of quick start guides designed to help you get up and running fast. Mastering and changing information is one of the great challenges for any team, but LongJump makes it easy. We'll look at three main ways you can monitor changes you care about. That includes field auditing, using the social interface relay, and data policies. Field auditing tracks specific fields for changes in a record and logs them as part of a record. Let's say you've got a customer quotes object and you want to track the changes. Rather than creating a new quote each time, you can mark specific fields that are important for your tracking. So, for example, the due date, budget, priority, or any of the description fields. To do so, you click on Customize and click on Field Audit Settings. From here, you can turn on the Field Audit Log and select the fields you want to track. For example, best time to contact, and best method of contact, the due date, and maybe the phone number, description, budget, and priority. So now if I edit a record, for example, going through and selecting new information, I enter to save that record, and if I open it, you'll see that the information is being logged as to what fields changed, who changed them, and when. Another way to monitor change is through the relay interface. When someone updates fields or activities, I can show the specific information within relay as part of my feeds. To turn on relay for any object, go to Customize, go to Relay Feed Settings, and track the information here, similar to the field auditing. I can also track any associated notes and attachments and activities that are related to this quote object. The next step is to follow the record so that as changes happen to that record, I'll be able to track it. So now I'm following it by clicking the Follow. So if I were to edit now, it's being logged as part of the field audit, but if I go back to Relay and refresh this, you'll see that Relay is also storing the information about what changed regarding that particular record. The nice thing about Relay is I can just click on the record and go back to the details of the record, so I don't have to go through the entire list of records. Now, the most powerful way to track changes and even automate activities around those changes is to use a data policy. A data policy is a rule that you create that monitors the data and then runs a series of actions based on the conditions of that information, the data. So go to Customize, go to Data Policies, and we'll create a new policy. Let's say, for example, you want to be notified when a customer quote is added or updated, and you want to assign it to the right person. And you want to automatically follow that quote in Relay. So in order to create a data policy, we give it a name. And in this case, we are dealing with an action-based policy, meaning one of these triggering actions will activate the policy. In this case, add or update. You can also create calendar-based policies, which run on a scheduled time period. So you'll be able to set it for every Friday, or every other Friday, or every other Tuesday at its given time period during the day. We can also set any filtering criteria that we want. So for example, I can say that if the budget, I only want to track and be notified if the budget for this particular quote is greater than 100. This is a very powerful piece of the LongJump platform. So now we've saved the policy criteria, so anytime we are adding or updating a record based on a budget that's greater than 100, we're going to trigger a series of actions. So let's add our first action. The first thing I want to do is send an email. And I'm going to send it to myself, or the record owner in this case. I can also CC somebody within the team or anybody else. And at this point, I can create a mail merge letter that's sent out to me regarding who this person is. So for example, if I want the organization name, I would paste it in. So as I embed fields into this message, the person who owns the record will get notification. Now I can create a series of actions. This is only our first action. Let's add another action, which is to reassign. So we'll reassign this to Terry, who handles all of our quotes. Now, of course, let's say I actually want to reassign plus I want to change the order of the action. So I want to reassign first. I can do that. Okay, one other thing I want to do, I want to follow this record automatically. So now I've got a series of actions set up so that whenever I add or update a record, this will engage. So I can show you how that works. So let's add a new record. So I've added a new record, and as you can see, I'm automatically following it. Terry's already changed to the owner. I've logged any activities around that, including the new quote that was submitted, that email went out, as well as a ownership assignment to Terry. If I were to change any values in here, I would also see them as part of my feeds page. The other nice thing about following records in Relay is I can actually jump right into that record and get to the information that I need. The other thing is all this information is also available on your mobile device. So again, you'll be able to touch it, click on it, and get information about what's changed in your organization.